Good evening, my name is The Ferret on Alarmcopter's server of Joyous Win.
Hello.
And today we're on Gravelpit. Unique of the TF2 maps. I mean, it's you know, cap first 2 points and then the last one. And that's kind of a variation of Steel in a way. If you think Steel was like, okay, we're going to do that, we're going to put two more points, and you've got to take them in order. So I have respect for this map.
I like how it future-proofed itself. I mean, it's pretty much like the sort of breeding ground of Wrangler engineers and you know, picking up your sentry, moving it onto roofs and stuff like that. Hint, hint, hint. Red team.
Yep. I mean, I don't think they actually planned for, like, you know, moving the sentry. That was always, I think, my permanent feature. But also remember, today's Hardcore Friday, so anything goes. Annihilate everything in your path with disregard for fair play. Well, except cheating. No cheating. Doors open. I think blue team kind of forgot that the game has started. Yeah. Doors open. I mean, I always play fun with Gravelpit though. It's one of those games where usually, I mean, the pub meta is you hit A first, get the free and easy quick time on that, and then you go for B. Yeah,
I mean, it's a kind of it's a fair idea, to be honest. I mean, A usually, because of sort of the distance from spawn. I mean, I know B isn't, you know, exactly close to red spawn, but you know, A is fairly easy for blue to attack. It's fairly hard for red to get to, and if you can wipe them out close enough, then just, you know, pretty much as soon as you've done a red-white, you've got A pretty much in the bag. And I mean, yeah, straight away 2 soldiers, Zydran and Volby, putting some nice work in, and yeah, even Convoboon's struggling.
Oh yeah, look at this. I mean, they are really just firing out everywhere there. Now A is looking pretty damn, you know, well maintained. I don't think, you know, red are getting that back anytime soon. The thing I do forget though, these points take ages. They are really competing with like Steam Point E for like sheer capabilities. Like, oh god, how long is this taking? Do I have to book an appointment or something?
Yeah, this is kind of, it is sort of up there. Like, all the older maps seem to have that kind of habit, whereas the newer ones seem to be a little bit more forgiving. You know, perhaps it's up there with the whole, this game is suddenly confusing Valve logic, but I don't know. This is definitely like a harder map to play than something like, you know, a newer Payload or something like that, where the cart moves wicked fast and caps are quick and, you know, plenty in between each other.
Yep, looks at that. I think, you know, blue are playing the special strat here of hold the back end as well. Oh, there goes an Uber. Suddenly red team is not feeling too confident to be the whole B. I mean, actually blue team are doing a lovely job right now of just, you know, really annoying red team. They can't seem to get their defense going, and I think they've actually now lost that B point. Saying that though, I mean, it's time 6 on the point. Normally everything be done by now. It's like, yeah, this is slower than Internet Explorer. Oh god, why? That Uber! It's like, yeah, no son, you ain't coming to countercap this. Oh no, and they let in the crits. Why did you fall off the little tiny step? That, oh no.
That said though, with a incredibly long cap time, it's also an incredibly slow decay time on caps, so it's not going to take a whole lot of work for them to be able to bring themselves back up to the where they were, really.
I'm not so sure. I mean, you know, to be fair, again, E point Steel, that is unforgiving as all hell. That literally starts ebbing away, and this one, yeah, it's back down to halfway again. It is not forgiving, but yeah, that heavy went in the wrong direction. Should have blocked the door up. I think they would have had that, but, you know, lessons learned. But now what is happening in the rear end here? It does look like blue are keeping up the tradition of being a pain in the ass. I mean, there's Oki there. More concerned too. Oh no, System X! Killed by gravity. That was a very much a Wendy I Can Fly moment from, you know, Hot Shots, if you remember that bit. But yeah, I mean, they are really making this a pain in the arse, this blue team. They are. It's not easy. Oh, whoa! What was that? I was a pair Cairo there. Not sure I'm pronouncing your name properly, but that I thought you were a front stab, but no, that head was just on less than 30 health. That was, oh dear, that was grim.
Yeah, I think blue might be in with a bit of a chance now. It did look like Arcades was pretty much keeping up one of blue's tunnels completely with no support from the rest of red. Going for the good old Flodge and I think Scorch Shot tactic, which is a personal favourite of mine. I mean, that is pretty much ultimate bastard technique right there.
Yeah, I mean, the Flodge, lovely weapon. I mean, if you can't really get the hang of Backburner, Flodge is the way to go. But if you still like your ability to reflect things, Backburner is good for that. But as I said though, use it sparingly. You can't just spam something in a corner and say, yeah, go away. You got to deal with it. I mean, it's kind of if you're really pro, I think you could actually get away with the Backburner for that reason. You can just simply deal with the problem in one go, and then just burn them or whatever. There comes the Uber. But it looks like B is going to finally going this time. It's looking confident. And there it goes. Yeah, that just got capped. So 6 minutes 12 on the clock here. Now red don't need to be in that area anymore and need to back out. Yeah,
ideally as well. I mean, there hasn't been any sort of engineer presence from red whatsoever so far. They kind of really need to rely on that because they could have I reckon they could have pulled B back and held it for a little bit longer had they had an engineer. I mean, like I said, there are some classic spots that have popped up in the past sort of year or so. What with the Rescue Ranger and the Wrangler being a nice loadout now for engineer, and red really didn't take advantage of it whatsoever.
Saying that though, I mean, this last point here, this is not a good one actually. There's lots of high locations that are accessible, and part of the problem is that ledge is so high on that point there that you're out of range most of the doors. So it's not ideal. The ideal red strat really is that you need to be closing down all the entrances rather than defend from the central point, because if you don't have a central point there, you're inviting disaster with blast weapons and such. You got to push them back, keep them at the doors. Use a sentry to hold the individual doors rather than hold the point. It's a dodgy tactic, but holding a point by itself isn't easy. You get outranged.
Yeah, I mean, something like this, there are obviously maps that are more ideal for it. I mean, somewhere like Gorge is perfect for it. Like you said, protect the outside areas facing inwards rather than the inside facing outwards. You can just sort of have 3 sentries manning an entire area, and especially if it was Gorge, that would be pretty much like a complete shutout game. You can have 3 sentries anywhere, and unless you've got a particularly competent Uber, you're not going to get them. This map, not so much, but it's still a viable technique purely because of the way the doorways work.
Yeah, Dr. Frobisher fanning there. Nice work. That's how you play the game. Yep. Respect defensive engineering. Oh, there goes an Uber. Ooh, yep. One Ubered medic trying to hold out against the invaders, and yeah, that's the other problem though. You got to be careful. You got to hit these one per. I mean, actually, that's not a bad place for like demo men, snipers. That nest area. You got to keep somebody on the point, but you may got to defend those doors. I mean, actually, what would be really great for red if they put like an sentry on the floor or something. Anybody tries jumping up to the point, just gets immediately thrown off course, and that's that nice little moment of panic there. Whoa, where am I going? Where am I going? Oh, this ain't good. Oh no, I'm not sure who that was. I think that was Rainy Lol. It was just like stab, no, want more, no. Oh jeez, Rainy, oh no.
I think that was a case where less is more in that sort of case. I think if you've maybe done 1 or 2 stab attempts as opposed to 7 or 8, it might have pulled through. But I think you were in the right position to stab while you were already halfway through each stab animation.
I know exactly what you mean. I think basically he was going for the minigun stab technique of all the stabs at once. But yeah, I think maybe more of a sniper-like precision was required. Yeah, and there goes Dermy then, you know, oh, Kerouac, and, you know, it was that trying to get that medic and just couldn't quite nail him. Ooh, Pyro. This could be interesting.
In fairness, I feel kind of bad for the spies on these sort of games, purely because, you know, they have got, you know, spies usually have the hardest job anyway, but when you're up against teams that are this competent, it's very, very difficult to find a good opening.
And look at this, Red are actually really, really nicely defending everything at the moment. I mean, to get up there is tricky. Part of the problem with the Ubers for this is it takes ages to get a proper Uber up there. I mean, actually, might have to recant at one particular point. This might be a more ideal location for the quick fix, simply because getting up to the top there might be too damn difficult. I mean, if you had a medic up there, actually, with a, you know, a jump classer, that might work. And again, also, as we said before in, you know, Thunder Mountain, this might be the shining moment for the Soda Popper to jump up there.
Yeah, I was going to say perfect sort of loadout, or I guess rollout really for this would be a quick fix medic with probably a soldier and a Soda Popper scout. Jumping up there, you'd actually have a really good chance of capping it, especially if the soldier had a pain train. That would be really, really ideal.
Oh, there goes Uber Pyro there. Why isn't he pushing that guy away? That should have happened sooner. But, oh, it's looking good. This is looking good. Oh, Blue, I think, might have just stolen this. Okay, and one... Oh, my God, that nice hold there from that medic. Just keeping that location down. And Red have got to stay on here all times. They really, really can't afford to let go of the point anymore. This is a really hard one to actually film because I will keep an eye on that spy a bit, but every time I go in too close, I can't see what comes in from each side. If you think of it this way, anytime I'm looking at the spy, I'm not looking the other way the other person is coming from, so it's a very hard one for me to look at. And actually, I mean, there's the time, 30 seconds left. Pub push coming on here. Oh, wow, nice shot there from Mork. Takes up the medic. But are they going to be able to finish this off, though? Blue needs a run in here.
Yeah, this sort of point they need something to jump up there, but ooh, lazy mole, no, not good enough.
No, I think might have triggered the overtime. Oh, Jesus Christ, Widowmaker NG! Oh my God, how much effort? Oh no. That was so much effort there trying to take 1 point. Lovely defense work there from Red Team.